Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video on Gran Turismo Sport. I've always played Gran Turismo Sport more as a hobby, just as something, to unwind. However, I've started to take it a bit more seriously, especially with Gran Turismo 7 coming out hopefully soon this year. So as you can see, just jumping into the daily races here. Group 4, I'm driving the Scirocco. Starting third, this lobby was actually a really fast lobby, so very happy to be a part of it. So as we start in the race here, just noticing there in first place, TV12 Edmonds, so Tom Brady 12, really fast driver. Like to give him a little bit of credit as well. Just the usual here as we go into turn 1. No dramas whatsoever, but this is GT Sport, and you never know what's going to happen. So navigating through turn 1. Nothing crazy. I do find this race quite an enjoyable race. One where a lot of good racing happens. The cars aren't particularly fast necessarily, so you really have to carry a lot of speed into a lot of these corners. Get onto the accelerator quite early. Right there, I actually wasn't meant to go down the inside of this guy, the Doug. He kind of just showed the door, and he braked really early actually, and then I kind of just took advantage of it accidentally, and then right there he just decides to ram me into the wall. So, Gran Turismo Sport, a little bit of give and take there. Guy behind looking anxious to get ahead of me right now. I brake at my normal point, and he just yeets me into oblivion. Thankfully, I do not hit the Lancer as I go past. However, I have to admit, the good thing about using the Scirocco is that its acceleration out of the corners is amazing. So right there, the Subaru had a much better exit than me, but my acceleration just far outstripped it, so I was able to get ahead. Control NX, this player, he was a little aggressive, to say the least, both in this race and the next race. And you'll see a couple examples of that. As we're getting through the last corner here, just trying to hit my lines again. The Subaru behind is extremely fast in these tiny corners here, so it's really important that I kind of carry a lot of speed as I get into the main straight. Going a little defensive here because I noticed that the Subaru was trying to make a move and trying to brake quite late, and I didn't really want to get hit. As a result, the Doug is now back in the race, as you can see in the radar there. So trying to position myself so I'm giving slipstream to the person who I think is the least likely to hit me in the back. That makes sense. So and as you can see up top there, I mean, they're just fighting, they're just hitting the side of each other, so kind of wasting time from their point of view, but I'm just trying to catch up to TB12 Edmund here. So, and as you can see, I get a much better exit than the Subaru there, and takes me just out of that slipstream range of 0.75. So now all I can focus on is trying to catch up to TB12 Edmund, who is in the Huracan, which is actually a really good car on this track. It's really good in the straights. I haven't used it specifically, but just noticing TB12 Drive, just a very solid car around here. Strong in the right places. It's kind of interesting. The Scirocco is strong in the areas that the Huracan is not, and vice versa. So like, I noticed that in the braking zones, I can get really close to him. And even through this windy stuff, I can really stay close to them. But trying to get out of the corner, again, with a front-wheel drive car, you just understeering through that whole corner. So do set a lap record there as we fast forward a little to lap 5. And as you can see, I've managed to put in a couple good laps, get really close to TB12 here. He hasn't really gone defensive yet, but I think we're gonna see. Yeah, there you go. So he's starting to go a little defensive. So I don't want him to compromise his race because it's only going to slow the both of us down. However, as we get through here, he does go quite defensive, so I have to brake quite early and try to guess where he's going, as I absolutely get yeeted on that curve. Sorry, that sausage curb there is one of death. So if you could avoid it, please do. As we move along, yeah, just got a really bad exit there. And really couldn't really catch up until about lap 8 here. Kind of had to kind of claw my way back into the race. And as we get into this little middle sector, if you want to call that, I'm really starting to see that I have the better pace. So I'm really going to try and push it However, I push a little too far and take a little too much curb. And unfortunately, I thought I wouldn't get it, but nope, there we go. There's the 0.5 penalty for ignoring the track limit. And that was a little disappointing. I did push a little too hard and turned into that corner a little too much. And, you know, I got what I deserved. But unfortunately, got to move on with the race. I was trying to get really close to TB12 here just to make sure that I can get some slipstream, even though I am going to serve that penalty. However, I overshoot my braking zone and I platter into the side and the back of the Huracan, and I just pull off the accelerator. There's no point in me trying to get in front. I'm about to serve a penalty and I hit him, so he deserves to be in front of me, and you know, that's the way it went. And fast forwarding to the last lap and just about to finish here, I mean, I couldn't make up that gap that due to the penalty. I really couldn't make up that gap at the end there. So good race, TV12. You know, actually really enjoyed the race. He's actually a really good driver. So, and he was good to race against. You know, he didn't try and like brake check you or anything like that. So, as we get into the second race, as you can see, I'm with TV12 again, starting in second place this time around, and I see Control is in fourth, and he was that Subaru driver that was a little bit overzealous. And speaking of overzealous, there goes third place, just missing his braking zone and just smashing into the back of me. And as we can see, there's Control. He's trying to do something, and yeah, I'm a little wary of where he is. So I'm trying to get up to TB12 as quick as I can, really race that Huracan again. But the key thing is just make sure I hit my braking zones. You know, don't overdrive the vehicle. It's really easy, especially in these slower vehicles, to really try and overdrive to really get the most out of it. Over here, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle, and TB12, sorry, not TB12, Control, especially on that last turn, really just turns in on me, not really giving me the space. And I didn't drive him wide or anything like that. I just held my line, and he happened to slide off the side of my car. So as we fast forward to lap number 6, caught up to TB12 again. There's a good 5-6 second gap there between me and third place, so I can really focus on targeting the Huracan itself. So really trying to make sure I get good exits. Again, the Huracan is a lot faster in a straight, got better acceleration, so if I can carry speed into a lot of these corners, that'd be great. However, right here, what we'll see is when you carry too much speed and you overdrive the vehicle, you get yeeted off to the side, especially with that negative camber of that curve. If you go too fast, it's going to just keep drawing you off the track onto the grass. And right now, my goal is to get as far away from TB12 as possible. He's got dirty tires. It's really hard for him to hit his braking zones and make the corners. As you're going to see right here, I've got about a second gap from him right now, and as I go into this curve, you can see in the rearview mirror, I mean, he's just understeering. Just those dirty tires after being on the grass. I mean, those dirty tires usually last about 3 to 5 turns on track. So you know, as long as I did what I needed to do to stay on the straight and narrow, he wasn't going to catch me. And as we can see, I've managed to pull out a reasonable gap of 3 seconds here, just bringing the car home. Try not to overdrive, as I said. But hey, TB12 Edmund, it was really good racing you. I mean, you were really fair. You know, we were going back and forth there. So if ever you want to hit me up and race together, hey, I'm happy to invite you to a lobby, and we can do some races together. But getting my first win for the day, trying to see if I can get a second win in the 3 races that I want to race today. So again, GG's TB12 Edmund. Again, as I'm recording this, you know, I see that Tom Brady and the Buccaneers lost, so don't be too disappointed there. You guys will be back next season. So as we get into the third race, so most of the party that was with me for the last 2 races had left. So I'm kind of racing brand new people, so, you know, really trying to get a feel for them. And with my qualifying time, I was actually in first place. So just getting started here, again, trying to see what the field is like. Got quite a lot of front-wheel drive cars at the front there, so kind of like me, going to be very nimble. Not too fast in the straight and in the acceleration zones, but, you know, if we're able to carry the speed, that'd be great. So just checking my rearview mirror there, just making sure that I'm not going to get yeeted. I actually go a little too cautious here. I actually didn't carry a lot of speed, but I thought I was going to get yeeted, especially based on the first 2 races. So it was really important for me just to like get through that first corner. And as we can see here, as we look back, the guy behind just takes a really weird line and loses a ton of time and invites 3rd and 4th place into the race. I'm just focusing on my lines at this point. I noticed what happened and I was like, okay, cool. I have a 1.2 second gap now. And now I just need to like put my head down and just like get away from them. If they're going to keep battling, it's only going to slow them down. So if I can just keep going, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So that was pretty much it. I'm not going to say it was a boring race. I mean, I still had to bring it home. But as we get into lap 8 here, as you can see, I've got a 4.6 second gap and climbing. So I decided to have a little bit of fun and go into chase cam, which I never do. I absolutely hate driving in chase cam, but I was like, hey, screw it. I am going to enjoy this lap. It's the second to last lap of the race. I've got a decent up gap that, as long as I don't cut any corners and get any penalties or do anything stupid in the braking zones, I should be able to bring it home just fine. I thought I would have got a penalty there. I did cut that curb very, very fine. And I thought I was going to get a penalty. Thankfully, I didn't. So, and as we round the last 2 corners, I'm going to bring it back into the normal cam that I use and bring it back home as we fast forward to the last lap. We can just bring it home. As we can see, there's a lap car up ahead. But trying to do a 360, absolutely failed, hit the wall. But that's fine, Really enjoyed that race as well. Even though I was in first place and I didn't really have to do much, I really got to focus on my lines and keeping it on the straight and narrow. So yeah, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm hoping to do a lot more of these moving forward. If you enjoyed, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And yeah, hopefully as we move forward, I get to provide more Gran Turismo content for you. Otherwise, I will see you later.